OKFM 101.7.
Greetings, my lord.
Greetings. Abeku, how are you?
Brapani nyanko padro bibia boko.
Mpomwe.
Nyanko padro. Menya ntiesa wo town. Na ye betwetwe nkomo music mo but de enti am fra wa wie eye nkomo aye ne Mental Health Authority CU etwetwe ura Dr. Akwesi Osei Parliament of Ghana IMRA for the industrial commercialization of hemp and marijuana. Na yes. Mental Health Authority CU atro krata kwama omampani nana adodanko Akufo-Addo se ma onsan ema emra no embeye adwuma. Amai bi ewa Africa te se Malawi, Zimbabwe, South Africa, IMRA, legalization of cannabis for industrial and health purposes.
Yes.
And sase yajitum. From America perspective and the global experience, our Ediana Okafa Asemi.
Me can say, the move by the Ghana government, very, very positive. And not to also discredit the opinions of our mental health professionals. Say, everybody has the opportunity to weigh in our way or say how everybody feels before, being able to some extent, make this law, shall I say, make this law take root. But right now, all the arguments now, conversation or arguments now, that we are making against the commercialization of marijuana. No, I don't think so. From the research, there's been so much millions of dollars, almost good research to find out how this impacts people, the medical benefits, the economic benefits, and also the social benefits of this plant. So say it shows if any country is not involved in right now taking advantage of the commercialization of this plant, then it's going to be relegated into, shall I say, the old ways of doing things. Because look at one thing, how many people are usually, are arrested and put in jails because of simply using something that is, it grows on the ground. All I hear is a lot of fear. So, say, okay, this causes this. People have been using marijuana for medical purposes and treating people for hundreds of years. You only have to look at, I also share only in history, who say, baby, money, baby, any cultures, baby, AUC way for medical purposes to heal people. And the whole thing of classifying it as something that creates, is part of mental health. There has not been even really, shall I say, credible science, to really prove this point. Okay,
Ghana. According to Dr. Akwesi Osei, about 30% of mental health cases are psychiatric hospitals now recording in Tampe and and 30% is quite a significant number or figure. Inti still opesayema and Tampi and Bayamra Namranti no modam.
Abeku, you are not getting me. What I'm saying is that even the Ghanaian law, the law is not actually it doesn't even in fact say the smoking of herb. The Ghanaian law focuses on the industrial purposes and medical purposes of marijuana or hemp, because Nyomo can say the marijuana strain now, say Ghana is 0.3% THC. It is 0.3% THC. Just say it's not near amount for enum. And you say Ghanaian law right now, who's standing in the way of the Ghanaian law, I think to some extent, needs to take the time to educate themselves more about this. Me who's amount for to be break say, you're legalizing Ghana in Tampere or amount for no. The Ghanaian law has not legalized the smoking of marijuana. It just legalized the industrial usage and medical usage of it. To say, the important thing also who say marijuana is being used in the treatment of so many diseases. And if you focus on only one thing, say maybe this causes is an opiate. Opiates are there is medically prescribed opiates which are used and abused in everywhere. There's your friend is saying, even one of the problems that cause America right now, it's not even medical marijuana. It's all the opiates that have been prescribed through the medical establishment that are rather killing people. So, and these are already being, right now what they're doing is trying to figure out ways to regulate it. But there are so many even medically prescribed medicines that are far more toxic.
Okay, so
there has never been an instance, marijuana has been, proven to kill somebody. And if we have the opportunity
he continued with his argument, said you're checking the pH levels of marijuana now you grow and the required or the standard one for industrial or commercialization purposes now. Or see, if the bill is passed into law, it is likely, sir, the one that the pH level near high now, a bit to me a day, mental health, dear abano.
Abeku, the thing is that marijuana right now, what most people are focusing on is not the smoking aspect of the plant. The amazing business that is being created around the world by all these countries that we go and borrow money from, who are shoring up right now their capital bases by the explosion of this business. It's not based upon, you can synthesize what's it called, CBD from so many different strains of marijuana. It is to say what people are already growing here, for one way or the other, this law will make it amplifier. I think it is an exercise in futility.
Yes, your yam on paper and sakwa.
Because it is the future. It's the future. People are using even all these, the high THC strains and all of this are being used in medical and pharmaceutical industry right now to create tomorrow's drugs.
And no,
just let me speak. Mm-hmm. We are there, so we will wait till all these countries create these drugs. Then they bring it back and sell it to us at a higher price. And we buy it anyway. Or we go and look for loans from all these countries who are shoring up their capital through these businesses. And we think that if we borrow from them, it doesn't really make us culpable in that industry.
But we don't have the industries that produces drugs made of marijuana.
No, but we start. We start. It doesn't, the thing is that we are focused too much on the smoking. It's not about the smoking. Every time this conversation comes, everybody talks about smoking. Do you know that it is one of the main, what's called drugs currently used to cure from, Alzheimer's disease,
pain,
appetite loss, cancer, Crohn's disease, eating disorders such as anorexia, epilepsy, glaucoma, and even mental health conditions like schizophrenia and post-traumatic stress disorder, which is PTSD. Right now, even in the U.S. Army, in so many places, are using that to treat all these sicknesses and ailments. So, the thing is that we should not be focusing on the whole thing about the hype about the smoking. We should focus on how we can be able to see the opportunity of a new way of creating medicines and also a pharmaceutical foundation that we can be able to compete with other countries and create jobs and also be able to in terms of taxation, have our country be able to create a sustainable business model to create our own, to shore up our own, shall I say, financial base. I mean, look at the problem that's going on right now with COVID-19. We went to the World Bank to look for money to deal with this. If we had an industry here that was totally working, regulated, licenses were given, there's like a clear path, and then we invest in that industry, we create jobs for people. Wouldn't we be able to kind of right now be able to create, our own sustainable ways of, making our own money rather than going to borrow money from every time we have a problem, we have to go to somebody else to go get money.
Legendary.
Go look at all, yes.
Legendary. So what would be your plea to His Excellency the President as against the request or recommendation from the Mental Health Authority at this time or at this point in time when the bill has been formulated, waiting for the President's assent so that it becomes a law?
No, I'll say that the President has to sign this. The President has to sign this, and it's not saying that, as I said, it's not something that I'm saying as against the argument of, everybody needs to be part of this conversation. Me as a Ghanaian, all the doctors in Ghana, every Ghanaian has to be part of this.
All right.
But I think that there's too much fear mongering. Too much fear mongering on this about the smoking part. This is not about smoking.
Okay.
So the President needs to usher us into the 21st century of medicine.
Okay.
By signing this as a stepping stone for us to be able to take advantage of this business and shore up our capital and be able to be self-reliant in terms of the sources of our own income. We have the land, we have everything. Do we want to wait for, people who don't have land in their own countries, like, people who don't have the right weather to create this business and then come back, sell us the products, and come back to shore up their capital, and then we'll go up and borrow? I don't think that is progress.
Thank you for the enlightenment. Thank you for the education. Legendary Rocky Dawuni adding his voice to the bill that has been formulated by Parliament of Ghana on cannabis, that the President should assent it to become a law, as against the Mental Health Authority CEO, Dr. Akwesi Osei, SEMA President Ensign. Thank you for speaking with us. We'll get back to you some other time on music and Afro root, reggae music. That will not be marijuana, but we'll talk about music as you're taking Afro reggae music to the world. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much. And with all apologies to our mental health, this is not something that I'm discrediting their work and the value of what they are doing.
Right.
It's just about all of us being on the same page of this argument and understand that, it's not about the smoking. The smoking, we already have laws in place. What the President is signing is not about people going to smoke. It's about us taking opportunity of this and the business that is around it and just jump into the 21st century of medicine. That's all.
All right, thank you so much. You heard legendary Rocky Dawuni.
OKFM 101.7.